Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. I'm Kristi Shive, and this morning we're visiting with Lynn Blankenship. She's Family and Consumer Sciences Agent in Metcalfe County. Good morning, Lynn.
Good morning, Kristi. Thank you for having me today.
Thanks for being with us, Lynn. And today you are going to talk to us about beef, and beef is truly full of nutrients. And today you're really going to dive into the nutrients and everything that ground beef really has to offer for our bodies.
Yes, beef is a fantastic form of protein. It contains iron, which helps your body to use the oxygen that you take in when you breathe. It contains choline, which supports your nervous system development. It obviously contains protein, which helps to preserve and build muscle. It contains vitamins B6 and B12, which help to maintain brain function and give you energy. It has phosphorus that helps to build your bones and teeth. Zinc, which helps to maintain a healthy immune system. Niacin, which supports energy production and metabolism. Riboflavin, which helps to convert food into fuel, and selenium, which helps to protect your cells from damage. So as you can see, beef is packed with a high amount of vitamins and minerals and other nutrients that our bodies really require for good health.
So many nutrients that we may not think of when we think of beef. And beef is truly an affordable option when thinking about protein options.
It is one of the things that we think about. A lot of people, most people consume most of their meat, beef as ground beef in the form of ground beef. Ground beef, though, something to think about, is the highest fat containing form of beef that you can eat. Even when you get lean ground beef, it contains more fat than like a lean cut of steak. So thinking about that is something to take into consideration. If you have high cholesterol, or if you're trying to reduce your caloric intake, you might want to, if you're able to choose a leaner form of beef, maybe grill up a steak and slice it thinly and have some thin slices with a salad, as opposed to just eating the full big steak. Make it go further. One steak can feed a lot of people if you grill it and slice it thinly and then eat it with a salad and some other side dishes. And that also gives you all of the other food groups that you need to eat as well. And then you're not over consuming. It's hard to think about a serving size is only 3 ounces of beef. So this is like a fake hamburger, right? It's about the size and thickness of the palm of your hand, which represents roughly 3 ounces. And for protein, the serving size is 3 ounces, right? So one pound of ground beef will make 4 burgers that are quarter-pound burgers, which is 4 ounces, 1 ounce more than the actual serving size, or 5 3-ounce burgers. So thinking about serving size is another way to help make your meat go further, making sure that you're kind of keeping it to the 3-ounce serving. And then that way you're going to get a little bit more out of that, and eating it with the other food groups is going to fill you up.
And Lynn, it's always great for us to keep our eyes peeled for those sales at the grocery store. We do typically often reach for that ground beef, but the other cuts of beef are often on sale, and they really are truly great options in versatile ways that we can switch up those dishes, like adding to a salad, like you mentioned.
Absolutely, Kristi. And another thing, you'll see some ground beef says that it's grass-fed, some says it's grain-fed. The difference between that is a grass-fed animal had access to pasture during their entire life and wasn't fed grain. But if something is truly grass-fed, it's more expensive, because that means that it took longer for that cow to graze up to the weight that it needs to go to market. And so it spends more time in the pasture, and therefore is a more expensive product. But nutritionally, really, there's not a huge amount of difference. There's pluses and minuses to both grain and grass-fed beef. And you can look at the nutritional profile and make a decision, but really they both have the same amount of cholesterol. There's some minor differences in the type of fat and marbling that they have, but it's really up to the consumer to decide.
Lynn, thank you so much for being with us today. If you are watching and would like more information, be sure to contact your local extension office. Thanks for joining us today on the Farm and Home Show, and we'll see you next time.